What is going on, guys? Jack here, and I am back with a potential Manchester City team for next season. Obviously, these ratings are predicted, they're not confirmed, and also some of the players that are entered on this transfer list have not actually been completed by Manchester City, just players that they are linked with that could possibly get and how their squad could look for next season. Some players have been missed out of this squad, like Alexander Kolarov, he's rumored to be leaving the club, Jason Denayer, who looks like he could be on his way back to Galatasaray, and people like Fabian Delph that just haven't made the squad for the time being. So here's the squad I've gone with, a 4-2-3-1 Manchester City squad that, you know, they could play next season. It could change under Pep Guardiola, but it looks like this could be their strongest formation here. So we have started with Joe Hart, giving him an 83 rating. This is only due to because he's had a poor season, questionable Euros, and I just really haven't been that impressed by him. So he has gone down to 83 rated. He could maybe be a little bit better. He needs a big season under Pep Guardiola to really see himself as the number one and strong goalkeeper again, because his England and Manchester City starting place may be in real big trouble. The next player we've got, and at right back, it is Bakary Sagna. Upgraded him to 81 rated after a decent season for him and even better European Championships. A player that I thought was a bit of a weird buy when he did go to Manchester City. I thought you have maybe one good season and maybe he'll start declining, but again, he's just one of them players that gets better with age, and I've been really impressed with Bakary Sagna. I've upgraded him to 81 rated. Next player we've got is Nicolas Otamendi, a player that Manchester City have looked for defensive, stability since Vincent Kompany has been out through injury. Nicolas Otamendi has delivered. I haven't upgraded him. I've kept him at 84 rate, which I think is fair. Upgrade his defending and physical a little bit, but I don't think that will see him upgrade to an 85 rated, unfortunately. And the next player we've got is the captain. It is Vincent Kompany. Mr. Manchester City himself has had offers to go away. He has stayed true to his club, and he looks like an awesome player. Hopefully he stays injury free. I've kept him at 85 rated. Nothing really much has changed for him. I just hope he comes back and has a really good season with the Citizens, because I want to see him do well. I really, really do. And he's a big player. Next player I've got is Gal Clichy. I'm not sure he will be starting in the left back spot for next year. I don't know if Pep Guardiola is looking at left back options. There have been rumours of a couple, but nothing really solid yet as of today. So Gal Clichy, left back, good rating to be fair. He does the job, he gets back, he defends, and that's what you can ask for a left back. But he is aging here, and it couldn't, Pep Guardiola likes his players a little bit younger. So Gal Clichy, will he stay at the club? Will he get first team positions? No one knows. Next player we've got is Yaya Toure, another player that was rumored to be leaving, but Pep Guardiola and him seem to have settled what was going on between them. Looks like he will be staying for yet another year at Manchester City, which is good news for the City fans. On his day, he's a great player. Didn't really perform that well last season. Don't know if it was due to his relationship with the manager. Very hard to tell. Yaya Toure is a player that plays amazingly when he's happy, and hopefully Manchester City will see that again this season. Really good player, and hopefully he can continue his good form for another season. Next player we've got is Ilkay Gundogan, who has obviously completed a move from Borussia Dortmund to Manchester City. A new signing, a very exciting signing too. I really like the looks of Ilkay Gundogan. If he can stay fit, he's awesome. He's a great. He sits back, he plays the ball perfectly, dictates play, and he's a good player to have in your team. And when he gets in front of goal, he's not shy to have a shot either. So you've got yourself a really good player there, Manchester City. Next player I've got is Kevin De Bruyne, pretty much the standout star for City last season. What a buy he was from Wolfsburg, and he's just hit the ground running. He really has. He's at right midfield at the moment. Could see him move more centrally. Not too sure though how that one will work out. But again, another great season for him. I've got him at 89 rating. He was City's best player last season, without a doubt of my mind. And I think he deserves that rating. It's just a player that keeps getting better and better and better. Kevin De Bruyne, 89 rated, 80 pace, 88 dribbling, 86 shooting, and 90 passing, will make him one of the most wanted right midfielders probably at the start of FIFA 17. Again, he might not get this rating card. I'm not too sure if he'll be a right mid or a centre attacking midfielder. Time will tell. Next player we've got is Nolito, a player that has also completed a move this summer to Manchester City for a bargain price, I do believe, too. Really good in La Liga. Last couple of seasons, he really has been a standout performer. I believe he was at Celta Vigo. So, he was courted by all the big clubs, Barcelona being one that I can think of in my mind. I don't think Real Madrid were in for him, but City did get his signature, and from watching him in pre-season, he looks like a very nippy and good player, technically gifted. He speaks for himself. He's 29 years of age. he should be in his prime right about now. So I'm definitely interested to see what Nolito can do for the up and coming season. And in centre attacking midfield, where he loves playing, it is David Silva. Again, another technically gifted player that can thread through balls and cut defences open. David Silva is a danger man. I've downgraded him though to 87. I just wasn't that impressed with him last year compared to the seasons before. And again, that could be due to the manager. Hopefully, I really do like David Silva. He's a great player. He's a wizard on the ball. I'm really interested to see how he does do for the new season under Pep Guardiola. Next player we got is the man that delivers the business every single season. It is Sergio Aguero. Kept him at 88 rated. He is the top striker in the Barclays Premier League. I think he'll have a better season than Ibrahimovic. I've said it. Controversial, I know, but I just think he's a player that has adapted so well to the Barclays Premier League. He's a player that performs every single season. He should be the first name on your dream team. Injuries, he's had a few, but he bounces back and looks better than ever. Let's move on to the bench now. And the first player we've got here is Guillermo Rulli, a player that is a very young talent in the world of football. Has been called by Manchester City, and it seems like they are due to announce his arrival very soon. Get him at 80 rated. He's had a really good season in La Liga, and I'm definitely very interested to see how the future Argentine number 1 will be doing for Manchester City. Now, it is rumoured that he will be loaned back to Real Sociedad, so we might not see him for another season yet, but worth noting that he is a very good buyer. Next player we've got is Pablo Zabaleta. Now, his future is pretty much up in the air at Manchester City at the moment. It's rumoured that he's unhappy with the game time. He wants to leave maybe to Serie A, who have obviously a lot of clubs have been caught in his situation at the moment. He could be leaving Manchester City, but Guardiola said he's keen to keep him at the club. Only time will tell though if he will stay, but he has been a really good servant to Manchester City, and I'm sure the fans do not want to see him leave. Next player we've got is Eliaquim Mangala, a player that did arrive from FC Porto a couple of seasons ago. When he's performed, he's looked okay, to be fair. A couple of unstable moments, but he's still a very young player. Centre backs don't really usually hit their prime till later on in their career. So I'm definitely interested to see how Mangala does do under Pep Guardiola. I'm interested to see his progress too, and if he will get first team football. Another player they have been after though is John Stones, the man himself. £40 million deal is looking like Everton could be getting for their centre back here. John Stones, is he worth that? I'm not too sure. He's a very young centre back, a hot prospect, but I don't like him. I really don't. And this is gonna be an unpopular opinion. He's too confident on the ball for my liking for a centre back, and he causes a lot of problems. Now, Pep Guardiola obviously likes beautiful football, and John Stones is probably the right choice to play at centre back if you want to play beautiful football, but more times than likely, he ends up, fluffing his lines at the back, and you can't do that at centre-back. He needs a lot of work on him before he becomes a finished product. Manchester City, this move will probably help him reach them levels, along with the coaching staff and the team that Pep Guardiola does have at City. So, watch this space for John Stones. A very unpopular opinion, but that's what I think at the moment. Next player I've got is Fernando. CDM that, when he comes in, he does the job. He's a squad player. He comes in and he has no arguments. He's a very solid performer, and I kept him at 79 rated. The next player I do have is Fernandinho, a player that I do feel very sorry for because it looks like he could be pushed out of the first team at the moment. But that might not be the case. Nolito could actually come out of the first team. David Silva can move over to the left. Toure can play at centre attacking midfield, and Fernandinho can pop in that centre defensive midfield role with Gundogan, and we can see how that would work out here. So Fernandinho, maybe not at risk as you would think, but I've upgraded him to 81 rated. I really have enjoyed him. He's a well-rounded player. Deserves that rating upgrade. Next player we've got is Samir Nasri. Remember him? A player that has ultimately killed his career by joining Manchester City at the moment. Due to his attitude, due to his poor performances, it all adds up, and I think he needs to move away from City. I really do, but he's keen to prove himself under the new manager. Who wouldn't want to play under Pep Guardiola, to be fair? It's a new start for him, and hopefully he can prove that he is a player that brings a lot to the table as far as Manchester City are concerned. Another player that has had a very poor season but did arrive for a very big price tag and still has a lot of time to develop is Raheem Sterling. A very poor season for him in my opinion, and also a very, very poor European Championships for England. He's got a lot to prove this season. He has to get his head down and just prove all the haters wrong. Hopefully he does, but for now I've downgraded him to 81 rated. Next player we've got is a player they have been linked with for a £35 million move. It is Leroy Sané, the FC Schalke man. Very young player. I believe he's still only 19 years of age. And My word, what season he's had at Schalke. He's been their go-to guy on that right hand or left side of midfield. Very exciting player to watch. He is a German superstar in the making. Probably the first name on that German team sheet maybe in the next couple of years' time. Obviously, he did go to Euros with them. Didn't get much game time, but he is an explosive player. Can create something out of nothing and plays with no fear. And that's what you want to see in players. What a sign he will be for Manchester City. Next player we've got is Gabriel Jesus. Now, this ain't actually Gabriel, the striker they've been linked with. That's not his picture, but this is the picture I could find on the database at the moment. I've given him a 73 rated card, 85 pace, 80 dribbling. Now, Neymar said that he wants him at FC Barcelona, but he wants to play under Pep Guardiola, and it looks like Manchester City will be close to getting that deal done for the young striker. Next player we've got is Wilfred Boney, and a player that probably, I doubt, will be staying at Manchester City. I'm not too sure. Time will tell with this one, but I really do like Wilfred Boney. I'd love to see him at West Ham United, but will we play under Guardiola? Will we play two up front? We don't know what his plans are for this season. He rotates a lot, and Wilfred Boney might get his chance. And the last player we've got is probably one of the biggest prospects in the Barclays Premier League, along with probably Marcus Rashford. Manchester, the City of Manchester have got themselves absolute battlers here. You've got Rashford and Kaleke Iheanacho. I've given him a 77 rated card, and he really has impressed me when he has played. A born finisher, he looks like, with a lot of pace to add. It makes him a very deadly striker. The Nigerian has a big season ahead of him. I've given him a 77 rated card. But guys, that is the Manchester City side. What ratings do you agree with? What ratings don't you agree with? What signs do you think will happen? What will not? If you did enjoy today's video, as always, like that video, guys. I really would appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new around here. Trying to hit 2,500 subs. And if we can get that before FIFA 17, that'd be absolutely awesome. As always, have a really nice day, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.